Welcome to today's mat yoga practice. Our friend Floyd is just going to hold down the mat on the corner here for us. So, this practice is really designed to kind of clean out some brain fog or some physical heaviness. In Ayurveda, which is the sister science of yoga, the idea is that when we get really comfortable, when we sit still, a lot of the junk in our bodies and our minds and our breath kind of accumulate. And so we need to have a little bit of movement to get all of that, to stir the pot, to kind of clean out any of that heaviness, any of the fog in our minds, or any of that heaviness in our bodies. So this practice is short, but the idea is just to kind of stir the pot, to kind of get everything moving a little bit. In this practice, especially if you've been feeling really comfortable and cozy and sitting and resting a lot, it can be a little agitating to do this practice. So just notice like if you're stirring the pot and you're getting all the junk from the bottom to kind of come back up and move through the process. That's really what we're aiming for. So if you feel agitated, you might be on the right track. If you don't feel agitated, that's okay too. All right, so with this idea of just getting a little bit of movement with everything, we're going to start moving the arms. We're going to start in a standing position. And on your next inhalation, you're going to reach your arms out to the sides and up toward the ceiling as high as it feels good. When you exhale, let your arms come all the way back down alongside your body. Now we want to get a little bit of extra energy moving. So think about breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. And just let that breath be nice and strong. Really relax your belly here so you can breathe deep. Breathing a little faster than normal. I'm going to do two more just like that. And then one more time. And then let your arms relax. Maybe shake out your arms, wiggle your fingers a little bit. And then what we're going to do is just a little rotation of the spine, kind of getting a little momentum of movement through the arms. Go ahead and open your feet a little wider than hip distance away from each other. And to help protect the knees, we're going to do a little action through the feet. So it's a little coordination here. What you're going to do is sweep both arms to the left, kind of twisting through your body, lifting your right foot. And then you're going to come back to the center. And then we're going to go to the other side, lifting that left foot as you twist to the right. And again, we're going to have a little bit of momentum, a little bit of extra effort in this. So exhale, twisting, inhale, coming back, exhale, twisting, inhale, coming back. A little faster. And then you can let go of the breath and just get that momentum of the movement. Let your arms kind of swing. Try not to run into the walls as you do this. Just let your arms swing freely, getting that little bit of action through your shoulders, your upper back. And then when you feel even, like you've twisted to both sides equally, you can come back to the center, maybe roll those shoulders, maybe feel that circulation down through your hands. All right. So one of the things here is to open up through the chest, to try and get that space across your chest all the way down through your belly for the breath. So we're going to do a little Virabhadrasana, a little warrior type pose. So stand so that you're long ways on your mat, and you're just going to step 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Find a spot where your legs feel solid and stable. And then bring both hands to your lower abdomen, so just below your belly button. On your inhale, you're going to bend your front knee, open those arms wide, stick your belly way out. And then when you exhale, return to that starting spot. Really pull your belly button in as you come. A nice strong exhale. You can breathe out through your mouth. We're going to do this a few more times. Keep that breath nice and strong. Remember, we're stirring the pot here. One more time. Now take a free breath. And then move your hands to just above your belly button, below your rib cage, kind of that solar plexus area. Again, when you inhale, you're going to open your arms wide, squeeze your shoulder blades together, really stick your chest, your belly out. And then when you exhale, return to that starting spot, nice strong abdomen, pulling that belly button in. So do this a few more times, nice and strong. Imagine you're getting rid of all the junk as you exhale. I'm going to do 2 more. Maybe 1 more time. All right, now if you can, we've got 1 more arm variation to do. So bring your hands up to your chest. What we're going to do is when you inhale, you're going to keep those elbows bent, open your arms wide, stick your chest way forward, maybe lift your chin. And then when you exhale, really give yourself a little hug here. Try and find that stretch between your shoulder blades, tucking your chin, straightening your knee. So again, that nice strong breath. Do this a couple more times. A little faster than you would normally do. I'm going to do 1 more. All right, and then let your arms relax. Step your feet together. Check in with your body. If your legs are kind of yelling at you for all that 1 foot forward stuff, we're going to do a little forward bend here. Even stretch. If you can, just let your arms hang. Maybe rock your upper body, rock your torso. Let those arms just hang like pendulum. Getting a little circulation, getting a little rotation through your shoulders again. And then slowly stand all the way up. Take your time. If you're feeling dizzy at all, please cut back. Maybe make your breath a little bit less aggressive. And then when you're ready, you're going to step so your other foot is forward. You got to remember which one you started with. All right, we're going to do all those hand movements, but we're going to do them in the opposite order just to get the brain moving a little bit. So start with your hands at your chest, kind of like you're giving yourself a little hug. When you inhale, you're bending your front knee, elbows stay bent, push your chest forward, maybe lift your chin. And then when you exhale, return to that starting spot, giving yourself a little hug, tucking your chin. So nice strong breath. Maybe a little faster than you usually do. I'm going to do 2 more. Listen to your body. Last one. All right, the next time your knee is straight, just move your hands down to that solar plexus area, that spot above your belly button. All right, when you inhale, at the same time you're bending your front knee, arms go wide, really squeeze those shoulder blades together, stick your belly way out. And then when you exhale, really pull that belly button in nice and strong, hands to your belly, knee goes straight, right? Nice strong breath. Do this a few more times. I'm going to do 2 more. Get those abs awake. The next time your hands are on your belly, stay there, take a breath. Check in. We got 1 more round. This time your hands come to your lower abdomen. And you can even think about tilting your pelvis a little bit with this one, but be gentle, especially if you have a really strong curve in that low back. If your low back's always really tight, dial it down a little. You have control. All right, so hands below your belly button. As you inhale, front knee bends, hands go wide, stick your belly out. And then when you exhale, really pull that belly button in, hands to your belly. Think about tucking your tailbone as you come back. So nice and strong. Maybe 2 more. A little faster than you would normally do. All right. Now let your arms relax. Step your feet together. And if you like, you can step back toward the back of your mat. I didn't warn you, we're going to use a little blanket later, or a little bolster. If you need to stop, if you need to pause and grab one, you can come back. You can always start back again. But let's just come down onto the hands and knees. And again, we're just going to move the spine a little bit. So the idea is when you exhale, you're really pulling that belly button in, rounding your back, tuck your chin, squeeze your shoulders towards your ears. And then when you inhale, flatten your back, lifting through your chest. Think about pulling your shoulder blades back and down. So find that rhythm, nice strong breath. Breathing out through your mouth, breathing in through your nose. If you like, you can go even faster. If any part of your body doesn't love it, pay attention. Maybe one more time. This time when you exhale, go ahead and sit back in a child's pose, bending your elbows, letting your forehead drop toward the floor. Take a moment to feel this little inversion. It doesn't matter how low your hips go. The idea is to let your head go a little bit lower than your heart. So see if you can find that space. And while you're here, if you like, you can just extend through that right arm a little bit, pushing your hips straight back, finding that little stretch along your shoulder blades. We did a lot of shoulder, upper back stuff. And then you're going to switch, stretching through that left arm. Take a breath. All right, and then we're going to come down onto the belly, onto the floor. So find your space. Arms are down by your sides, and then either rest on your forehead or one side of your face, whatever works for you today. Once you come to the floor, take a breath. Just feel the effect of all that action. Notice what you've done so far in this practice. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of a focus on the legs here. What I want you to do is start with your legs a little bit wider than your mat. So you have some space between your knees, some space between your feet. And we're going to do a big movement. So everything's going to lift as you inhale. Try and keep your knees straight. So go ahead and exhale here. And then when you inhale, lift everything, flexing your feet. And then when you exhale, lower everything down. Now you can just repeat that. Inhale, lifting. Breathing out through your mouth as you lower down. If you would like to increase the intensity just a little bit, as you inhale, you can lift up just halfway. Just lift your head, your chest, and then stay there as you exhale. And then on your next inhale, you're lifting your legs, lifting everything up. And then exhale, everything comes down. See if you can find that little adjustment. So starting with your feet on the floor, just lift your upper back. Stay up as you exhale. And then on your next inhale, you lift everything. Exhale, lowering everything to the floor. If you'd like to amp it up just a little bit more, we're going to lift everything. Stay up as you exhale. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, relax, release everything. Feel that heat in your body. Feel that little pressure through your abdomen. Maybe one more, only if it feels good. Inhale, lifting everything. Staying up, you can do whatever adjustment you need. Inhale, lifting all the way. And then lower everything to the floor. Feel all that action along your back, your legs. Take a breath. All right, now check in with your body. If you need to do a little child's pose to stretch out that back, to stretch out your hips, this is a good time to do that. I'm going to invite you to do one more round of back bends. If that sounds terrible, don't do it. This is a big movement, so give yourself some space. We're going to start with the legs together this time. And I always describe this, it's kind of like the movement of a jumping jack. It's just a different position on the floor, right? So the idea is when you inhale, you're lifting everything up, sweeping your arms forward. At the same time, you open your legs wide. And then when you exhale, at the same time, you're squeezing those legs together, arms come down, lowering everything to the floor. So if this seems like a terrible idea, skip this part. If it feels okay, we're going to do a few rounds. So inhale and then exhale. Now the trick here is not to be militant. You're not just trying to get there, but find that strength all the way up and all the way down. Nice control. If it feels okay, two more. Feeling that pressure on your belly. Feeling that little heat in your body. Maybe one more time. All right, and then everything on the floor. Take a free breath. Bring your hands up underneath your shoulders. Push up onto your hands and knees, and then sit back into child's pose again. Find that little inversion. This is a great move. Now, the downside is if you had anything to eat or anything to drink recently, maybe it's coming back for you. So listen to your body. I want to do one little thing for your arms here. If you can, stay in child's pose. Just bring your hands palms together. Elbows are on the floor. Bend your elbows so your hands come behind your head so you get that little stretch in your triceps, your armpits. You can always walk your elbows forward a little bit more if you want a little bit more stretch there. Just find some place you can breathe. When you've had enough, hands come to the floor. And then we're going to come into a seated position. If you want, you can sit on your blanket, your cushion here. We're just going to do a little breathing practice. Now, this is called the bellows breath. And the idea is that, remember, we're trying to clean out. We're trying to clean house, stir up all the sludge to get it out. I'm going to take you through it for 10 breaths. You can count your own breath. I'm going to count on my hand. But if at any point it becomes agitating, if you feel anxious or if you don't love this, just back off. The intention here is to stir the pot to get the sludge up so we can eliminate it. But again, you pay attention to your body here. So the way the bellows breath works is that it's a strong inhale and a strong exhale. And we're really focusing on the diaphragm, so the lower belly. So imagine that you're kind of lengthening your lungs down and out. If it helps, you can put one hand on your belly just to feel that space at the base of your ribs. And like I said, we're going to count. So it's strong and fast. And then stop and take a free breath. Check in with your body. If you're feeling dizzy, that's enough. If you're feeling like your digestion is saying, hey, we're activated now, maybe you should back off, listen to your body. If you're feeling pretty good, I'm going to have you do one more round. This time we're going to lengthen it to 20 breaths. All right. If you get lost, that's okay. Just stay with me. Think fast, strong, really focusing on that spot at the base of your lungs. So really pushing your belly out and then pulling it in. Almost abdominal workout here, okay? Hopefully I talked enough. Let's try again. So and breathe. Take a second. Feel your body. Maybe feel the heat of your body. Take a couple of calming breaths. Just kind of wind yourself down from that activation. This can be a really helpful breath if you have sinus congestion. Sorry, I should have warned you to grab a Kleenex. It can help you kind of clean out the sinuses, but the intention is to clean out, to stir up the sludge in your body, in your mind, to try and clean everything out. All right, good news. We're going to move down onto our backs onto the floor. We're going to do one more active thing, but make sure you've got your pillow or your blanket nearby, because we'll do one more movement and then we're going to come into rest. So as you come onto your back, take a second, maybe adjust your hips, adjust your back if you need to. And then you're going to reach your arms out to the sides, out at a T to your body. This last one requires a little coordination, a little brain work here. So just starting with the arms though. When you exhale, reach your arms over your chest, really pulling that belly button in. You know this movement. When you inhale, open your arms wide, pressing your arms into the floor. Feel that stretch across your chest. So do this a couple more times. We're going to slow down that breath. We've been working really hard for the strong breath the whole practice. But if you like, you can still breathe out through your mouth, breathing in through your nose. The next time you're reaching toward the ceiling, keep reaching toward the ceiling, keep breathing. Take a second just to feel your feet solid and stable on the floor. We're going to do the same arm movement. We're going to be lifting the hips. So when you inhale at the same time, your arms go wide, you're lifting your hips. Feel that stretch along your back. The entire time you exhale, roll your spine down, reaching up. Now, if your spine doesn't articulate like that, just lower straight down, listening to your body. So inhale, arms go wide, hips go up. Exhale, long, smooth exhale. I'm going to do two more. Feeling that action around your shoulder blades, your neck. Toes stay on the floor, even if they want to help. Maybe one more. All right, the next time your hips are on the floor, let your hips stay on the floor. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side here. And then just a couple of times, extending through your legs, flexing your feet. So we're stretching the backs of the legs. When you exhale, bend your knees in towards your belly. Again, smoothing out your breath, just finding that easy breathing. Couple more times, just nice and easy, just opening up that space at the backs of your legs, kind of winding down. All right, the next time your knees are bent, you can set your feet onto the floor. And if you feel like you need to do a little windshield wiper action here, releasing those hip flexors, help yourself, whatever you need. And then you're going to grab either a blanket or a pillow. And the nice thing about a blanket is you can kind of mold it. The idea is that we want to create a long tube. Some people like to use the foam rollers for this. I think it's pretty hard with the foam roller, but we just want a gentle support for our spine. So what you're going to do is you're going to make that long tube with your blanket and then just bring it to the base of your spine and gently lay down onto your blanket. Now, here's the deal. If your head is falling off and this feels terrible, adjust yourself. Just scooch down the blanket so your head is supported. Find a spot where your arms can rest easy. And again, find a spot where your legs feel easy. So your legs can be straight out onto the floor. You can keep your knees bent, feet flat. Maybe even bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. There were a lot of choices there. The whole goal here is just to find a place where your body feels supported, where your chest can be nice and open, your belly can be nice and open. Finding a place where your body can rest easy. Go ahead and close your eyes, and we're going to do a little kind of intention here, kind of a little guidance for our bodies. So every time you exhale, think about releasing, letting go of what you don't need. We stirred the pot. Now imagine all of the junk, all of the heaviness in your body, in your mind, just leaving as you exhale. And then every time you inhale, just let that inhale be as big as you need, bringing in all the air. Imagine bringing in fresh energy, fresh oxygen to nourish and recharge, to fill the space so the sludge doesn't settle again. Just take a couple of breaths, letting your body rest here. If your mind is very busy, very active, just notice. Maybe you notice that your mind is still feeling a little heavy, a little foggy. That's okay. This little practice is just a moment to stir the pot. And sometimes we have such deep seated sludge, it takes more than one try. So give yourself a break. Just notice the effect of what you've done today. And then if you have time, you can just let your body rest here for as long as you have. You can let the video play out. When you're ready to come out, when you're ready to come back into the room, take your time. Gently roll off your blanket. Find a way that you can stretch out your back a little bit. Maybe you're going to roll all the way over into child's pose again, just so you feel that easy stretch along your back. Moving on purpose. And don't forget to congratulate yourself for taking this time, for making this effort, for stirring the pots and getting that little bit of movement through your body, through your mind today. Thank you so much for playing. Namaste.